Congratulations on getting to this level with CHOMPI. By now, you should be well versed in collecting and manipulating sounds and loops, but there's still more to explore. CHOMPI has some nifty little secrets hidden within its volume knob. Let's dive in a little deeper. We already know CHOMPI's volume knob lets us control the overall level of sound we're sending out or bringing in. Let's discover the first hidden function of the volume engine. With the mode switch down, holding Shift and turning the volume encoder engages CHOMPI's built-in compressor. In short, compression keeps loud sounds from getting too loud and helps quiet sounds come out of their shell, and at more extreme settings can really alter the character of your sound. Let me demonstrate with a drum loop. The LED above the knob indicates the amount of compression being applied. The brighter the blue, the more the compression. As you turn the knob, notice the signal level increases, and at a certain point, the once quiet tones like the cymbals begin to fill the empty spaces. The other and perhaps most intriguing of CHOMPI's volume engine secrets is the ability to change the way signals are routed and monitored through CHOMPI by holding Shift and pressing the volume encoder. By default, in routing position 1, the dry signal of CHOMPI's sample source, whether it's microphone input or line input, will be monitored through the headphone output only when the mode switch is in the up position. Here, the signal leaps past the effects and looper engine and goes straight out of the headphones, and if I flip back to jammy mode, the signal gets muted. This mode is great for being able to hear the sounds you're bringing into CHOMPI's sampler engine to be looped and affected later. By holding Shift and pressing the volume encoder, we can enter a second routing mode, where we can change the routing behavior to visit the effects and the looper engine before departing to your headphones and/or speaker outputs. Different routing modes will be indicated by a color change on the LED above the volume knob. A word of warning. Some of these routing modes can cause feedback, so be careful. I'm going to demonstrate switching routing modes now, and I'm going to do that by holding Shift and pressing the volume encoder. But before that, let me turn down the input gain, just in case. Now we're in routing mode 2. Here I have a tape player connected to CHOMPI's line input, and when something's plugged in here, CHOMPI automatically switches the sampling source from the internal mic to the line input. I'm still in jammy mode. When I press play on the tape player and slowly bring up the input gain, we'll start to hear the line input. Now I can use CHOMPI's effects and even build loops straight from the input. This is a really fun way to experiment with sound and integrate sources other than CHOMPI into the effects and looper engines instantly. And the fun part about this routing mode is that you can immediately loop and affect sounds without needing to sample them first. It's almost like using CHOMPI as a guitar pedal. Let's check out the third routing mode. The third routing mode is used to send CHOMPI's signal through external effects and return them back to the line input. The master output on the back is now being used as an effect sent through all these pedals and comes back into CHOMPI through the line input. The headphone output is now considered the main output. And now by adjusting the input gain, we can control the amount of signal that gets sent to our chain of effects pedals. Let me demonstrate. I'll start with the input gain turned down and get a loop going. Now, if I start turning up the input gain, you'll begin to hear the sound of our pedal effects. If we love what we're hearing, we can flip the mode switch back up to CHOMPI mode to sample it, to be looped or saved as its own preset. This way, we can also play our effects chromatically. routing modes really expand what can be done with CHOMPI and make for a great way to switch things up. You can really get into some uncharted territory with this mode. Hold Shift and press the volume encoder again, and we're back where we started. I hope you have fun experimenting and finding some cool sonic spaces to explore with these hidden shift functions. If you find yourself lost in the land of routing modes, just remember you can always power CHOMPI off and back on to take yourself back to level 1. And if there's a particular routing mode you're finding yourself gravitating towards, you can set the default routing position within CHOMPI's configurator tool, which we'll go over in the next chapter. See you in the next video.